That's a huge bitch.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
That's a huge bitch.
What's up? What's going on, good people? What's up and what's going on, good people? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to you. And I just heard it say, we've done so much with so little for so long. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Shout out to Machismo TV. Make sure you go and subscribe and support that. The link will be circulating in the chat room momentarily. But for right now, let me get to the early bird squads that made it in bright and early. Shout out to you. And Andre says, that's a huge woman. No, you got it incorrect. It's not a huge woman. More like,
that's a huge bitch.
Okay, get it right. Not a huge woman. Say it. Got to say it right. Got to say it right and say it with your chest. Shout out to Joe Ethereal in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to Emin Perry says, don't tell me that dude went back to her. Well, as the video, because I did a pre-record on it, but that was just on I'll probably review like 4 minutes of the video. It's like a whole 38-minute interview that they had together on the couch with somebody interviewing them. So I'm going to react and review that and teaser trailer. Well, not even teaser trailer. I guess spoiler alert. At the end of it, the guy asked, would they be willing to go on a second date, or technically a first date, because the first date never really happened. So, but second date, first date, whatever you want to call it. He said he'd be willing to do it again. So, let that sink in. Let that sink in. So yeah, we go to get it there. But shout out to D-Rock Den in the building. Says good morning, BR. Salute and shout out to you. Shout out to Ephraim in the building says, so was it fake or not? I still think it was, but with a twist. I'm thinking it's very possible that he wasn't in on it. For her, it was something that she was planning on doing from the start. That's what I conclude. Like she just seems so damn fake to me. And even when you catch her in this interview, it's sometimes where she's like talking, like being herself, her normal, typical Black American woman self, and then she'll go into an act and start acting like a debutante. And oh, good heavens, a lady like myself. It's like, so it's like we're gonna see in the video, her personality changed like 3 times during the video, depending on the question that was asked. I mean, so, and she had already planned to record it. Right when she got in the car, she was already on her phone and already had something going on with her friends. Like it was, so if it wasn't a skit, it technically was a prank. They met beforehand out and about. And she agreed to go on a date with him or whatever, or they text back and forth for about a week. She agreed to go on a date. We're gonna get to that. I'm gonna play the tape, and y'all gonna see. I mean, that's my personal feelings. I have strong rationale as to why I think it was either a skit or a prank. But after listening to the dude, I have come away with the conclusion that he's just an kind of awkward guy. A great guy. Probably smart and intelligent and got a good job, probably successful, but it's a combination of him being, a foreigner into American culture and possibly like not neurotypical in the sort of in the same way that, Fresh from Fresh and Fit, where he's an intelligent, successful guy, but you could just tell in some social settings he ain't really feeling comfortable. Like or maybe it's just the pressure of the camera rolling. Who knows what the reason is? But you could just kind of see it. So he falls in that category. And I think she kind of, and so in the case of this dude, I think she kind of saw it and felt it and sensed it and saw him as an easy mark for her to, toy around with. Like she literally be like, she all but said she planned on doing some content on it, on the date with him. So for her, it was staged. For her, it was staged. For him, it would qualify as a prank. He probably wasn't in on it. But if you read between the lines of what she's saying, she all but admitted that she set out to do some nonsense. She didn't explicitly say it because she still had to keep up her debutante act. But yeah, she more than likely knew what the fuck was going on. But, so here we go. But shout out to everybody in the building. Joe Ethereal, shout out again, says, why is he shrinking / slouching? Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's a, like, bruh, like sit up in the chair, like sit up strong. Like, she already 9-10 inches taller than you, but don't slouch too. It's like nothing about his energy was right. But anyway, let me shout out a few more people. Shout out to Cafe Bueno. Shout out to Cafe Bueno. He says, get the F out of here. I'm 95% sure this is Clout. Who does an interview after a failed date? People who want clout. Christian Hutchinson in the building says, look at his body language. How he looks over this was 100% real. Yeah, that's someone who is pissed they are in the situation. When you watch the interview, you're going to see he's not pissed he's in the situation. He's not pissed he's in the situation. But I think it was definitely, I won't say definitely. Yeah, I'm going to say it was real on his. I'm going to say she practically pranked him. That's what I'm going to say. I made a video saying it was all fake. So I'll recant, I'm leaving the video up, but I will recant the idea that they both were in on it. It was some bullshit. It was a skit, but he wasn't in on it. He was pranked, basically. That's basically where my position is at now. But D-Rock Den with the $5 cash app says, say it ain't so. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Appreciate you putting 5 on it. All right. Shout out to a few more. M. Perry, Joe Ethereal. He says it's giving. Don't say giving. All right. As men, we can say it's given off because that was a thing before gay men and women took over that, it's giving staged by. They always say it's something is giving. Like that's they stuff. They invented that. Women, I think black women and gay black men invented that. It's giving. Like, come on, we can't adopt their lingo. Careful with that one. But I for years been saying it's giving off a type of vibe. But we can't say it's giving. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Slight violation. Your man card isn't revoked. Just a warning. Just a warning. You're fine. You're fine. But all right, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let me pull this on up. Pull it on up. Now this is, let me see how I'm going to do this. I'm going to put myself right there. Now what you mean, dance, he won't read my comment, as if I see every goddamn comment. Don't be a victim in the chat room because your comment didn't get read. I mean, super chatting it, it's hard for me to miss those, but don't be a victim. All right, he says, great guy, you don't know that. He could be a killer, Ted Bundy, or he said Bundy was good looking. Okay, sure. He could be a horrible piece of crap. Yeah, of course. But I can say that somebody came off like a great guy. I can say, yeah, I met somebody. Yeah, he was a great guy. He was cool. I can say that casually. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, he might be some mass murderer. Yeah. Those are all possibilities. Like, what the hell? It still don't mean that you just can't compliment what you see. But anyway. Christian just says, this was real. Observe how he looked at her like he felt this was absurd. Yes, like we are in agreement on that part. That's what I've been converted to. I thought he was in on it, but after really watching him here through all of this, I am convinced that he wasn't in on the bullshit. That's what I am convinced of. So that's why I say it wasn't a skit. I changed my position to where it wasn't a skit. It was more like a prank. She is just putting on a show. So it was a prank. So that part is true. That part is accurate. So I stand on that. She wanted you to see that comment for what? Yeah. Hey, people do that all the time. Be like, hey man, read my comment. I go up and read the comment. And it's like, hi. I'm like, motherfucker, like you ain't even say shit. It's like, what the hell? How the hell you harass me about reading your comment and you ain't even say nothing? What's wrong with some of y'all? But all right, let's get into it. But before we even get started, before we get started, let's just do this again. Here we go.
That's a huge bitch.
All right, let's go. The actual interview. Let's roll. Why am I getting a phone call? Had to hang up immediately on that one. My bad, y'all. And I can't even turn my shit off. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Rise and shine, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Truth Factory. This episode is going to be a little bit different. Typically, we talk about devastating issues inside of relationships and try to talk about the nuanced things in that relationship.
All right.
To heal it.
Somebody pointed out, it wasn't me. They said that she must seem like she was like filtered in the car video. But right here, maybe it's different lighting. I don't know. But They were saying that she looked like she packed on like 10 years, 10, 15 years in the face. Like she went from like 30 to 45. I don't know if that's accurate, but yeah, it's the age is showing. I already roasted her in my pre-record. I mean, she got the Kawhi Leonard hands. Okay, I'll go ahead and go through that real quick. She got the Kawhi Leonard hands. You can look from wrist to shoulder. She got like a goddamn Kevin Durant wingspan. Her forearm to his forearm. If fucking paleontologists or anthropologists, they dug these two people up, they wouldn't even think that they were even born like they were even in the same species, damn near, or the same set of humans. Like, you know, it's a lot of different type of humans they dig up. They would anthropologically look at these, you know, head size, forearm length. If they like, okay, if the females, you know, they be talking, if the females of the species is this large, then the males can't be this small. You know, they wouldn't think that the males were this small compared to the females. Like, they wouldn't even put them in the same anthropological category. That's why I'm like, how the hell are they even on a date? It's like, that's why the shit just don't look right to me. But all right, let me play this. Some of y'all haven't seen this, so let me go ahead and roll it.
This time we're going to talk about dating. So I don't know if you guys have saw the viral video, but there's a viral video where a woman is taken to the Cheesecake Factory, and she does not want to go inside of there. She does not want to be embarrassed. This conversation ended up going viral, and here we are. Alicia, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, thank you.
Jay, pleasure to meet you.
It didn't matter how gently she tried to shake that hand. It still, no, she smothered this shit.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
I don't even know why she didn't just get all the way in there. You know how they teach you that good firm handshake on a job interview? She should have gave him one of those. One of them firm handshakes that makes you feel, you can feel, you know, the bones kind of cracking your feet in your hands. Like she should have went on and hit him with one of them. Like I said in the pre-record, if you play basketball, you know what I'm talking about. She could palm a basketball off the dribble like Dr. J. Like you know, those some big ass hands.
Jay, pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the show, and thank you guys for being willing to come here and have this dialogue. I'm sure you guys have gotten a lot of flack, maybe even some backlash and things of that nature from this video going viral.
Well,
before we get into it, we're going to take a moment and just relook at that video. It's been a couple of weeks, so here we go right here.
yeah.
All right. Now, we already seen this, so ain't no way in hell I'm about to sit here and go through listening to all this again.
What's the problem with that? This is a change.
But we can look at her there. Yeah, something do look different. Could be the lighting, or she just aged in on it. She aged in 7 weeks. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get through it.
Of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done. Uncooperative.
Yeah.
Like
look, see, all right, I'm not even about to react to this.
You
Everything about her says that she planned it and she was gonna come through and do something goofy no matter what. Like, everything about that said this was a deliberate stage thing for her. But for him, I don't think he was in on it. I do change my position. He wasn't in on it. She's just putting on her personality. Like, y'all gonna see when she start talking in this video that what I'm about to play. Once I skip through this, look at them damn faces she making. What the fuck is that? Jesus Christ. But y'all gonna see as once the video start playing, once I get to the actual current interview, her personality changed like 3 times. All right, let's get into it.
So now here we are, a few weeks later. I'm sure you've had some time to think about what you guys discussed in the car. I'm sure you've had some time to think about it. Before I ask you any questions, have you guys had a second date?
No.
No second dates.
Not yet.
Okay.
Damn, she said not yet. I didn't even notice that the first time I watched
Start
it.
with you, Jay. What has dating been like for you since that video went viral?
Since I was on the video, kind of unexpected. I
I might not have put my best foot forward, you know, and so I feel like, well, I've not really met anyone since who I've really gotten to get to know like that, because a lot of women, they might have seen the video or might have heard from it, or maybe a friend of them has seen the video and shares it with them. And so they kind of had this image of me based on the video.
Absolutely.
And it hasn't really helped.
Okay.
Exactly. It's like they might think everything about me is reflected in that video, and I don't think it is. And but yeah, it's been difficult.
Sure.
Well, and it's even before this, you know.
You're gonna notice that when it comes to like social cues and stuff, like he's gonna explain how they met and all kind of other stuff. And part of it, I could blame it on he's like, you know, he's a foreigner, so there's a cultural difference there. Some of it, he just might not be what is called just a neurotypical, but it's like it's certain social cues that he should have 100% knew this chick wouldn't feel any based off everything that's about to get revealed in this interview. It's like, dude, it's just so much like,
you know, dating has already been difficult for me. You know?
I imagine your views kind of clash with what you're looking for and what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean,
there'd be a lot of foreigners who be, you know, decent people, you know, they smart, they can work, got good jobs, but they just socially just do not know how to go about acquiring American women. It's just a whole new game. It's a completely different game out here. Like a lot of the incels be like, you know, Asian, Indian type of transplants who came over here, and they just thrown into this cesspool, and they have no idea how to deal with this American woman. They don't know what the hell going on. And that's kind of the vibe I kind of get from him. And for her, I think she looked at that and kind of just said, yeah, I'm about to have some fun with this. I'm about to, you know, I'm about to use him as my mark to go viral, to try to make a little viral video and do some stupid shit. And so yeah, that's my general view on it.
I think in general, my values kind of reflect wanting to build something that lasts.
Yes, sir.
And I want to make sure that anyone that I meet is willing to build a really strong foundation based on our mutual values. And I think it in general, a lot of the people that I meet, either they don't have.
All right. Had to do something real quick.
Have time to set towards building something like that, or they just don't want to because you know they're younger, they want to experience, you know, casual dating or whatever it is, and it's just not something that
the person who I just got the hell out of here. A racial difference is like it's not that stark of a difference if a white person that's born here, a black person that's born here, and they both American, got American accents and probably went to the same type of school. Like, you know, it's like, no, it's a different, like it's a clear, obvious difference here. Like I'm not, this just saying not a racial difference. The disconnect in how he communicate versus how Americans communicate, like, no, it is a difference. Like, don't pretend like it's not. You just came in 100% to derail, distract, and shit on the show. So just go ahead and take the rest of the day off. I'll let you out of there. I'll let you out of there after today, because I don't even block people no more. But I don't even feel like no bullshit.
Looking for it right now.
Understood. So obviously, guys, Jay's saying that they have a negative, they're viewing him in a negative light when it comes to dating. When I saw Jay, I saw someone who was making some excellent points, who knew what he want, and he's actually now like a Giga Chad in the manosphere world, in the red pill community. The brothers being
no, the fuck he's not. I like I said in a pre-record, I don't even use the term giga chat. Or whatever the hell that is. I'm assuming that's the name for the white guy who just get all the pussy. That's like, no. By the end of the video, he applied some basic principles that we talk about here, to where he didn't allow a chick to further waste his time, efforts, and energy. But everything he did leading up to that moment at the end where he said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," he was on some standard, blue pill beta male type shit. You don't make one good move and then get graduated to Mr. Pussy Magnet. Like, no. Like I don't know what the hell Kevin Wesley was talking about there, but I mean, maybe he don't get to terms, and that's fine. That's fine. He don't have to. He in a whole nother sector. He do his own thing. And I've listened to some of his content. Good brother. Shout out to him, Kevin Wesley. But no, not a giga chat. Not a giga chat. That ain't even a term that I use, but no, he ain't that.
Being mentioned everywhere for the way he handled that conversation. Now I'm going to ask Alicia as well, because during this conversation, Alicia.
Thank you.
We'll get that right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Alicia, you didn't seem to really disagree with what he was saying. Now you had a definitely a different opinion before he gave you his mind, right? But you seemed very receptive to it. Can you explain to me kind of what you were thinking and how you saw him in that video? Because
all right, y'all make sure y'all follow the bouncing ball. Well, maybe you wasn't doing that. Maybe the other dude got me agitated. But he's Leo Anthony says, I know plenty of West Indian dudes that be banging chicks left and right. Yeah, I do too. And I also know a lot of them and know of a lot of them that are incels. So, I mean, that's kind of the deal. Some of them are socially awkward to Western American culture and Western American dating market. And some of them are quick-witted and in the know. And so, yeah, that's how that works. But it's a good percent. I guarantee all you gotta do is just go dig up them incel channels, and they just look at the audience, listen to the people that talk, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Even the chick, I think, what is her name? Nama Capes. The chick, I think I know Obsidian interviewed her a lot of times, and she even said that. She even pointed that out. That those foreign guys, they come over to America. Even if they came kind of young, they still, it's like the incel rate, the incel community is shot through with them. Like she's even said that the expert who studies incels for a living and wrote the book on this shit has backed up what I said. So that's what I'm getting at there. But Jamari81 says Kevin Wesley said the guy handled it perfectly. I highly disagree. Of course. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I disagree with that 100%. He came through at the end. At the very end of being pranked for an hour and some change, he finally said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." So he did come through strong at the end, but leading up to that, he was on some bullshit. Like, I predict that moment in the video where she starts saying, "Well, we can go somewhere else," or it, like, put it like this: if he would have took her to a different restaurant, she probably would have still kept the same game. She would have kept the skit going. She would have kept the prank going. He would have pulled up at a restaurant and she still would have hit him with the, "Oh no, not this one." It was bullshit from the start with her. But he says, I highly disagree. He allowed her to blow past his red lines while she was being catty about it. He was still trying to rationalize it and take her out. Yeah. He didn't come through strong into the very end. So I was a little disappointed with some people, like, giving full props. I mean, you got to give him credit at the end, because like I said, I do believe that he was pranked, but she was in a full act. And if you read between the lines in this interview, she's going to all but admit it. But through him being pranked, we got to see a man like cycle through the process and arrive at the same conclusion that we all have arrived at, that don't let some chick waste your time like that. But shout out to you. Thank you for putting $10 on.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Shout out to you. Appreciate you putting $10 on it. Shout out to Code Still says he should have invited her to a workout date. That's funny. Shout out to you. Who else we got in here? I know I saw another one. I think I saw another one. All right, yeah, he says, BR, was this for real date or an act? I said it once, I say it again. It was an act for her, it was real for him. But shout out to you. Thank you for putting $2 on
These
it.
last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Bishop Macbone, salute. All right, shout out to everybody in the building. Can't shout out everybody, but I see y'all in there. See you, Link. See you, Donnie Draco. See you, Dave Rencher. Shout out. All right, let's get in here. All right, where we at?
He's saying they took him in a negative light. What do you think?
Well, yes, I think once we had the conversation, I could see my role in the conflict.
Okay. Okay.
Let's back up a little bit. To be fair, I mean, I was always raised that the man is supposed to cater to you. I mean, you're courting me, so court me. That means wherever I want to go, you take me.
Absolutely.
Whatever I want, you buy me. That's courting.
That ain't what the hell courting means. That whatever you want, he buy you. You want something that costs $5,000, he's just supposed to buy it because he courting you. Like, no, that ain't nowhere in the book. Nowhere does it work that way. Like, come the fuck on.
You know, I'm looking for a provider. So, but after the conversation, provider, buy me. Wherever I want to go, you take me.
Absolutely.
Whatever I want, you buy me. That's courting. You know, I'm looking for a provider. So, but after the conversation, I could see how there was a lot of
Okay.
in that exchange.
Absolutely.
I was definitely very self-centered, and I can appreciate if I do want someone to provide for me, I at least gotta be a little bit nice.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now I ask you this, based on your idea of dating before your conversation with Jay, how did you grow up? Who also thinks that way? I'm sure you have friends who think that way. I've heard it a lot.
I mean,
Okay.
everybody. I mean, that's what he's supposed to be, the provider.
Absolutely.
So, you know, and I'm a beautiful woman, so I'm expecting to be treated like royalty. I mean, come on. So that's what I was.
Is, how do we treat him? And that's where that disconnect.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's like my dream would be for her to have called into Kevin Samuels' show. I have no idea how much I would love for that to have happened. You know, the way that she's talking is just, oh man, it's like I'm legit at a loss for words. Because a part of me is like, I think it's an act for her, but then there's the other aspect of it where a lot of chicks do think like that and operate like that, and they conflate the whole idea of, yeah, the man's supposed to be a provider. And that means that when y'all are damn near at the hello stage, he's just supposed to have wallet open, just paying for everything, doing whatever you want, and you've done nothing or offered nothing or committed nothing or have done not a goddamn thing to earn any of that. And it's like, yeah, they think that. I mean, I think a lot of them operate like that. Like, she's being the living embodiment of the type of chick that we talk about, but exaggerated on steroids with it, to where she's fitting every trope. She walk up in there, she's looking like fucking Sasquatch in a goddamn dress. She's like, this is the goddamn Big Bird with fucking Kawhi Leonard hands. It's like, but I'm a beautiful woman. I have to be treated like a queen. And then you know, she's gonna go in and out of her debutante act, where it's like, you know, we can clearly see you just a regular ass hood chick. And he did ask her height later in the show, and he said, you looks to be about 6'1". And then she said, yeah, nearly 6 feet. And I know chicks that's that damn big, they lie about their height. Because I actually matched with a 6'2" chick. She probably was 6'1.5". Come 6'1". So she was just like a little pinched, like we stood in front of a mirror. I had to straighten all the way up to get even with her. It's like, so I know how tall chicks are. They're insecure about that height. You get a few of them, like, you know, Six the Goddess, whose stripper name was 6 Footer, you know. So some of them, they be confident about that height, but some of them try to downplay it. Some of them try to downplay it. They don't necessarily like that they, you know, towering over every goddamn body like that. So it's like, yeah, she fucking 6'2". You know, this chick is 6'2", big and wide, you know, wide as hell. It's like, nah. It's like, nah. If you like the 6'2" chick that I was messing with, like she legit used to model. Like I would think when I met her, I was 33, she was 34. So she was older. Her modeling days was behind her. You know, she was past her prime, but she still was slender built. Like her skinniness from her modeling days turned into some nice slim thick when she was 34. Like, so like that. But no, but when you look at her, that's something different. That's something different with her.
That's a huge bitch.
Like she's dwarfing this man. And he's looking all of 5'4". So when he explained how they met, and you can see how they met, and you can see that they actually met in person. I thought they met online and didn't discuss height. Because I know somebody that happened to, a chick that was 5'10", and the dude got up the car and was like 5'3", and he didn't know how tall she was. Like she was like 5'10" and thick, and he was like 5'3" and skinny, and they had no idea. And he like stood, she said he took a picture standing, leaning up against a car, but must have been standing on something. It's like, what the hell? And so, you know, he got out the car. They didn't see each other, and they just was like, you know, on a weird date where, you know, they just was looking like two different species, and it's like, nah, it didn't work. But the whole idea, the notion of her, you know, doing the debutante act is just goofy. It's just stupid as hell. She looked to be 45. And this is a weird thing. And this actually goes back to the Tia Mowry thing. I think she like 43. She was born in 78 or 70. Yeah, 70. I think she like 44. She talking about men don't court anymore. Nowhere in the history of history do 45-year-old women. Nowhere on earth with a PH. Nowhere on earth is 45-year-old women talking about being courted. At that point, you stepping into grandmother. You know, you got kids at that point, and you either a grandmother or you're staring down grandmotherhood. But it's just some weird shit from grown ass 45-year-old women who should be damn near grandmothers, if not full blown grandmothers, talking about they want to be courted. Courted for what? It's like it's like, no, what you're saying is they're gonna actually get into this. What you're saying is you want to have the ability to use men at your discretion. That's more or less what you want it to be. You want to have the ability to leech off men's money and resources and for dinner, drinks, entertainment, and attention. That's what the hell that is. She's acting like that towards him, and women that act like that towards men, they have no intentions with these men who are doing all this stuff for them. They're just using old school rules to leech off men to get temporary things that they want from them. But guising it under they're cloaking it under, well, a man is to provide and protect and be there and this. So yes, take me to the most expensive restaurant we can find. It's like, yeah.
Next was
Right.
in the video. Now, of course, I'm sure you think of it differently now, but in the video, you basically told him that, you know, you're not going in there, you know your value. It would be embarrassing for you to go inside a Cheesecake Factory. A lot of people like Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
Now, so when I see that video, I'm thinking, okay, she must have some friends who probably would disagree with her going inside a Cheesecake Factory. Your peer group. So
I would
peer
never.
pressure probably
I
keeps you
would
from.
never live that. Oh my God! I would have never lived that down.
Wow,
I
just
mean,
a date the Cheesecake Factory. They wouldn't let you live that down.
no, I have an image to protect.
Oh my god! Why the fuck is she acting like she come from like oil money or some shit? Like let's just think about this shit. Like, who do you have to be to where going into the Cheesecake Factory is just a completely untenable proposition? Like, let's examine that one real quick. Who do you have to be? Like, I mean, put it like this: if Ivanka Trump was going out on a date and a guy pulled up at a cheese factory, I could see that. Ivanka Trump could probably pull some. I really just can't be going up in a cheesecake factory like that. I really can't. You know, I can see that from like Ivanka Trump. Now Trump unhealthy ass. Like Trump kids won't go to the Cheesecake Factory, but Trump eat McDonald's. He will. Trump will definitely go up in there. But I can see Ivanka Trump refusing to date at the Cheesecake Factory. Like, this chick is acting like she fucking like her name is Malaya Obama or some shit. Like if Sasha or Malaya Obama was dating Bill Gates' son, they probably would be like, we just can't pull up in the Cheesecake Factory like that. We got let's call one of our dads. Let's call one of our dads and have them close down a nice restaurant for 2 hours so we can go up in there and you know, and have a nice quiet dinner together. You know, some shit like that. just book all the reserved seats for 2 hours. Just buy all the reserved seats for 2 hours. Like that you would have to be Sasha Obama and Bill Gates' son to be like, Cheesecake Factory, nah. We can't really do that. Like, why the hell are we? Like, she had like her last name Kennedy or some shit. It's like this is. That's why I'm like, this has to be an act. You do not have some circle of friends where that you would never live it down if you were caught dead in a Cheesecake Factory. You have to be coming from some semi-royalty or some oil money or got the last name Rockefeller, Rothschild, or Kennedy or some shit to where the Cheesecake Factory, like, she clutching her pearls on some good heavens no. It's like who like she acted like she didn't had tea and crumpets with the Queen of England or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is just stupid. Like, this is just goddamn ridiculous. And that's why I'm like, it has to be an act. It has to be an act on her part. I thought he was in on it, but it's watching his body language here. Homeboy ain't in on it. He just got pranked and he's still getting pranked. And you're going to watch, by the end of the video, you're going to see he got suckered into another date. He got suckered into another date with this chick. And he going to even talk about his you know, his family roots and all of that. The men of your family, your lineage, they would tell you to die on your sword before you go on another date with this chick.
Wow.
Nikia does not do that. I mean, that was, you know, that was my circle though. That's how, sure. I mean, that's how we roll.
Sure.
Your circle, y'all roll y'all big asses to Applebee's and be splitting the 2 for $20. That's what the fuck y'all do. Like, cut it out. Like, even if she is successful new money niggas that make $250,000 a year still will eat at the Cheesecake Factory. Like, that's where this is just completely unbelievable to me. But homeboy sitting there just don't know any better. He just sitting there, and you know, shout out to Kevin Wesley. It's like you got to know she full of shit. But he invited him out, brought him in. He gonna give him a respectful, nice interview. I mean, it was, you know, good content strategy. You know, but he got to know that this chick is full of shit. Like, this man got 2 wives. Any man who can get convinced 2 women to live under his roof happily and take pictures proud of it is a man who knows women and understands women and got some game, wit, and know-how about himself and some understanding of the dynamics between men and women. And bruh, you know she full of shit. It's like, well, he did let out a laugh that sort of revealed that there you go. He did let out a laugh where he was just like, she is full of shit.
No, I have an image to protect.
See right there, he know. He's like, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He's like, I gotta keep this respectful interview clean. I gotta go through the motions, but you got to know she full of shit.
Wow, does not do that. I mean, that was that was my circle though. That's how
Sure.
I mean. That's how we roll.
Sure.
I mean, to be quite.
Yeah, we already addressed that with Freeman's Journal. They look like two different species. This is fucking this look like fucking Yoda and Chewbacca on a goddamn date. Fucking Sasquatch with a damn bush baby. It's like this shit is just weird. I have a very hard time believing that he just approached her in public and everything was just smooth and just, you know, and the vibe was just so good that they was like, yeah, you know, hey, we should do this again. We should meet up. Yeah, you know, let's no. I have a very, very hard time believing that. Very hard time. For her, the shit was a prank from the damn start. From the start. Mr. Tobert in the building. Shout out, he says, these women will go to fancy restaurants, but will buy 2 drinks, 2 apps, take hundreds of pictures, and split the bill 10 ways. Man, I've heard chicks, I forgot what I was watching, where some chicks was on there talking big shit. They was like, they only want to go on a date with a dude if it's a place to where they could do like a 360 video selfie, I think it's called. You know, where you get the camera. Y'all can't really see me because my screen is short, but you get the camera and you just spin around with it. They said if I can't do that, I don't want to go. It's like they basically telling dudes they going out on the dates just for the gram. It's like they're talking traditionalism and what men are supposed to do for women. You're supposed to be the provider and lead and pick a night, take me out on somewhere nice. They getting dudes to operate and behave in that sense, just so the guy can go and pay $200 to take them somewhere nice so they can get some nice pictures for the gram or wherever they post pictures or post videos. Christian Hutchison in the building says, I know people who are worth multiple millions who roll into Outback. Man, hey, Outback is my shit. Outback Steakhouse is pretty much my favorite restaurant. Here, Outback Steakhouse or damn near any hibachi grill. That's my shit right there. That's my shit. I like Hooters wings too. But, you know, I don't really count Hooters. Like Hooters is, you know, good for takeout. Well, I mean, it's good. I mean, you know, I like Hooters. Like I'm simple with the restaurants. And yes, I've ate at some really nice restaurants where, you know, you put the knife into the steak and they just slide through it like butter. I've done that. I've ate at places like that. But far as bang for your buck and like good food that's like good to me, where I get nice and full and, you know, and it's like, yeah. Nice and full in a reasonable price. Yeah, Outback or, you know, a nice hibachi grill, Gingy's, you know, something like that. Yeah. That's where it's at for me. I like that's what I get down with. But he says, Kristen Hutchins says, I know people who are worth multiple millions who roll into Outback Steakhouse, not on some humble stuff, but they ain't always eating Michelin. I don't even know what that is. Michelin. I don't even know. See, so that letting you know my class right now. You know, I done been to Ruth Chris. I've been in some real nice fancy places that aren't chains, so I don't remember their names. But it's some of them in Detroit that I've been to. But I if it's not a chain, I never even remember the name of it. So, you know, I've been in nice places, but I'm not over amused by that. Like that to me, that's really some female shit. They like the idea of a nice restaurant more than just oh, the food is good. It's like they just like the ambiance and the mystique of going into a nice place. I don't care about all of that. So when it comes to restaurants, I'm looking for what's the best food you could possibly get with the best bang for the buck. That's how I do it. But you remind me of something worth pointing out. I'm gonna play the rest of this. You give me a second. I got to shout out a couple more people with the super chat. You remind me of something. Shout out to Game Changer on this one. Game Changer says something real good about, because she's saying that you don't take a beautiful woman to the Cheesecake Factory. He said, if you go to any Cheesecake Factory at any time in the United States, walk your ass up in there, you're going to see 80% of the women, if not 70, 80. He didn't put a number on it. I'm putting a number on it. Go into any Cheesecake Factory, you're going to see an abundance of women that are more beautiful than her in there happily eating at the Cheesecake Factory. So this idea that you don't go to the idea to say that she's too beautiful to go to a Cheesecake Factory. There's plenty of women that look 10 times better than her stock to the damn ceiling at the Cheesecake Factory. Like, what the hell? It's like the amount of goofiness with this shit was just through the goddamn roof. But Christian Hutchinson, shout out to you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate you coming on through and putting 5 on. Shout out to Java Joe. Says, Bernard, why is it hard to accept that she has stylized her dating after She-Ra 7 talking points? No, I think she stylized her desire to go viral off of She-Ra 7 talking points. Her acting like she wouldn't get caught dead in a Cheesecake Factory is an act. Like, we can see Applebee's in her neck and gut and side fat and love handles wrapping around her back. So it's like that part is a lie. Like, that it is an outright lie. Her pretending like her friend circle are such an esteemed group of debutantes that come from oil money and royalty to where they could never, good heavens no, they could never be caught dead in the Cheesecake Factory. It's like, no, that is an act. She did an act for social media. That part is an act. Now, yes, some chicks do actually operate like that. So no, I'm not saying it's hard to believe that a chick wouldn't style her dating methods in that way. But this was a calculated prank. That's just how I see it. I just see it as a calculated prank. But shout out to you. Hopefully I'm not missing no super chats. It is not starring them, but hopefully I got them all. If I miss somebody, let me know in the chat room and I shall try to find it. But shout out to Java Joe. Appreciate you coming through on the super chat. Ian, appreciate you coming through on the super chat. Ian, bruh man, says she knows her worth, which is about this much. Is an arrow, you got that an arrow pointing up, a finger pointing up? Yeah, I don't know what that means. But thank you, bro, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Feminine Melanin says it was a skit. LOL. They both riding the wave. I don't think it was a skit. I mean, that was my initial thought. I thought he was in on it. After watching him, I don't think he in on it. I don't think he was in on it. For her, it was known from the start she was going to do it. It's even, if you watch the video, that's like she had the camera rolling before they even pulled up. Like, she knew for a fact that she was gearing up to make content. And she even said in this video that she was planning on making some content with this. So it's like, no. For her, it was a prank. It was a prank / skit with a live host and victim. So that's just what it was. Oh, gotcha. She ain't worth no more than this. I see what you did there. She ain't worth no more than the $2. Yeah. Yeah.
These last $2. I'm not gonna lose.
Link says that hat a part of the skit. Hey, I don't know the rules of. I think those are called kufi hats. I don't know the rules in who, what, when, why, and where you wear them, and what they are for, and what they represent. And I don't know the Marvel origin story behind that hat. I'm pretty sure that hat has a history of when men started wearing those hats. I don't know, but it's a there. It's something to investigate. You don't just put that hat on just to wear it. You wear a hat like that, it means something. There's a meaning behind it. It's history behind that. You said Bernard, salute on the content on views clips of this are blowing up on Facebook. Shaking my head. Strad's looking bad in the comment sections. Yeah. Kevin Wesley, he big on Facebook. I don't know. I mean, he got a nice YouTube following too, but his Facebook is pretty damn big. But let's dig back into it.
Quite blunt. That's how we roll. Hypergamy is a big thing in my circle. Is what I mean. It's what we've been taught. Why? I mean, as a Black woman, I'm gonna go there. I mean, as a Black woman.
Like, come on, yeah. Like this is why I don't believe it. Oh my goodness. She's throwing out the talking points. It's like it's just riddled with so many convenient talking points. Like, people only start talking about her hypergamy online in this space. And yeah, the talking point's been going along online enough to where, yeah, chicks are going to start perhaps using it in regular conversations. But, the hypergamy is big in my circle. That's what we've been taught. It's like, come on, like, that's a word you found out online and you're trying to use it in like, and as a Black woman, I'm gonna go there. As a Black woman, like, you can see her accent and personality changing, where she go from, oh, good heavens, no, I have a reputation to uphold as a demure debutante who has tea and crumpets with the queen, and as a Black woman, it's like her personality keep changing in mid swing. It's like, that's why I'm like, this is just goofy and really can't be taken serious. But homeboy right here is taking it serious. I'm convinced that he is taking it serious. I don't think that this if he's her acting is horrible, and his acting cannot possibly be that good.
Woman, we're really tired of having to settle. We want to be treated well. Mm-hmm. We want that soft life. So that's we want.
How many
as a Black woman, circle hypergamy, quite.
And how many talking points and content titles are you going to hear in just the next 60 seconds? Just listen.
But that's how we roll. Hypergamy is a big thing in my circle. Is what I mean. It's what we've been taught. Why? I mean, as a Black woman, I'm gonna go there. I mean, as a Black woman, we're really tired of having to settle. We want to be treated well. Mm-hmm. We want that soft life. So that's what I thought I was going after. However, what I understand is a part of having a soft life is being cooperative,
being soft,
not being combative.
She got in as a Black woman. We've been taught to settle. Hypergamy and soft life all in one. all in one, paragraph or sentence. It's like, are you a real person having a real conversation, or are you trying to come up with a title to a YouTube video? It's like, that's why I'm like this. That's why I'm like, people study the online buzzwords and whatever is trending, and then they create a semi-real looking viral moment based off the talking points. That's what that is. That's how that works. Shout out to In Between Fights. I like that. That's a nice name, In Between Fights. Says SYSBM, passport and plane tickets. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Do appreciate you coming on through.
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
I mean, if you think this is this woman's genuine personality, that's fine. I ain't gonna fight you on it, but you know, that's just where I'm at with it. Yeah, I saw that part where she gave a 5-minute response to everybody and said nothing. She did say it was some hurtful comments, but those hurtful comments came before everybody knew that she was the size of fucking Big Bird and Sasquatch. Like, if the two of them, it's gonna be funny. It's going to be funny where they're going to be talking about protection and how he's supposed to protect her. And I'm looking at them like, I don't know. You know, I mean, he probably a win. He a man, but I mean, it'd be a pretty even fight. It'd be a pretty even fight. But all right, let me get into it. Thank you, Black Thoughts. No one uses hypergamy in the manner she is. Yeah. It's like nobody uses it like that. And anybody would send, like, put it like this. A woman who knows that game, she don't even talk like that. You know, she keeps her cards close to her chest and employ the tactics. Sort of like how you know, like if you come to like channels, you know, red pill channels, there's some game there. You're supposed to soak up the game, internalize it, know it, and understand it and move accordingly. But you don't go reciting the shit back to women. Actually, we've had to get on some dudes about that, you know. You don't go up to a woman and say, well, I'm a high value man and you're over the age of 35. So my value has increased and yours have decreased. So based off those schematics, it only makes sense that you would find more value in me and be willing to comply with what type of engagement I want in this situation. Like, you don't fucking say that to a chick. But that's what she's doing. She's doing the female equivalent of that. It's like, like she's literally doing that. That's why I'm like, this is some fake shit. Like, any dude who does that is just reciting fucking talking points. And there are some people there are some dudes that have done that. And we had to be like, what the fuck you doing? Like, you don't do that. You just know the information and move accordingly. You know your value when you understand where she at and where she rank, and then you move accordingly. Like, nobody's supposed to be walking around in real life reciting talking points to each other on the first date.
You're
right. Actually being soft.
Right.
Being receptive, being sweet.
Absolutely.
Now,
you're right.
Part of having a soft life is being cooperative.
Through all the nonsense in here, this was actually he did say, I mean, you know, Kevin Wesley, you know, shout out to him. He said something that made sense. That's worth you know, that it's worth it for women to actually hear this part.
However, what I understand is a part of having a soft life is being cooperative,
being soft,
not being combative.
You're right. Actually being soft. Right.
Yeah, like that part right there. They talking about a soft life. You hard as fucking cement. Like, you as hard as broken glass. What the fuck? Like, talking about soft life. Part of having a soft life is being soft. Like, what the hell?
Receptive and sweet,
absolutely
being pleasant, right? Because we do understand the value of resources, but it can't be just something for a lifestyle. Resources, a man's resources is not just for a woman's experiences and traveling and the lifestyle they'll live when married is for providing for the family and the children. And that's why she should seek a man and, you know, respect his resources or prioritize his resources, not just for what it can do for her. Right. And so when you were in the beginning of it, you was just saying, I'm not.
Yeah, she absolutely right on that. He's absolutely right on that. And that's where the gaslight comes in, because there is a legitimate reason why a woman should want a man with resources. There is a legitimate reason, but they flip that shit into, no, I want a man with resources so I can eat. So just so I can eat at the fancy restaurants and take good pictures for the gram and hopefully get a Birkin bag or some rag bottoms out the deal. It's like, no, men don't have to comply. Don't try to cloak your want to use a man for that under the notion that a man should be the protector and the provider and all of that bullshit. Like, no, don't. Like that's where they get on some bullshit.
Not doing it. It seemed really selfish, right? And I appreciated that when I saw the video myself. That's one of the things I covered is, wow, I've never seen a woman that receptive to being accountable, right? And you were, but Jay, however, didn't want to go out on a date. He wanted to discontinue that date, and he wanted to take it on to the house. Jay, is that your first time stopping?
Shout out to her for knowing her worth and knowing these different things women should inspire to have in their life, despite her not knowing how to get it or what soft life consists of. Then she don't get a shout out. That's not a shout out situation. What are we shouting out to her? Shout out to her to know that she aspires to have a guy that she don't even like, that she's not attracted to, that she see as a mark and a loser, take her to a fancier restaurant, and then what the fuck did she like how does any of that no, don't, you just did exactly what I tried to describe. I literally just explained that they take the whole idea and notion of what a man is supposed to do for a woman. Oh, okay, it was sarcasm. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, feminine melanin. Sorry. I got my hands up. I dropped my weapons. You was about to catch some rounds. I had to, hold on. Yeah, I was when I was like this, okay, drop my weapons, put my hands up, wasn't trying to you was about to catch some slugs. You was. But if you say it's sarcasm, I'm going to believe you. If it was sarcasm, I'm going to believe you. Okay. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that I don't give no damn body. And I'm going to let you cop that plea. I'm going to let you plead guilty to a lesser charge. Just for you. Just for you. All right. All right. All right.
On a date midway through and going on back home, or
okay,
yeah, something like that's, I'm sorry, at least, yeah, that's the first time I've really like put my foot down to that kind of extent. But it's not like an isolated incident. Okay. Like I've gone on dates with several people now, even before her, where they had very specific things they were looking for in a boyfriend or whatever, and even within my own circles, right? And that's just not something that I'm looking for, because I was raised like we were talking about how she was raised, whereas with me, like my family, like we've passed down the name for ages, and we're a very close-knit, strong family.
You passed down your first name, Jay? Like
yes.
Your father's and father.
Yeah,
How many generations, probably?
I mean, I couldn't really count it myself.
Wow.
Because I mean, the thing is, like, I'm from India.
Okay.
And the partition happened where like India was separated from Pakistan, and a lot of my family were on both sides of that, and we had to come back together.
Wow.
And we had to. It was very important for us to stay strong after the fact. At the time, maybe we didn't care as much about creating this legacy, but ever since, it's like that's been one of the strongest parts of our family, is the importance in creating our legacy. And with that in mind, like I've grown up with the idea that I want a strong family here now that I'm living in America.
Like, it's some social cues issues that he has, because if he says all of that, that gives you insight into what kind of man he is and what type of woman he looking for. And if you can't deduce that this chick ain't it, then like it's something that he's not getting or comprehending about American culture or American women. So that's really his biggest flaw. It's like I just think he just don't get what's going on over here. It's like everything that he said right there, it really, it opens your eyes to his mindset and what he thinking and what he looking for. And dude, like, she ain't it. It's like, what the hell?
The only kind of relationships I seek are ones where that is the only value. That is the biggest value. That is the most important thing for the other person as well as for me.
Wow. That's actually powerful. So your family going through all that they did, it caused you guys to really idealize relationships, right? And
specifically relationships that last.
Absolutely. And so here you are in America dating.
Yeah.
And mostly in our culture, where you stated earlier you were a Black woman. Of course, we have been through some.
We prioritize relationships that last, and she's taken all of that, lineage, legacy, patriarchy stuff that he come in, built with and saddled with, and what he's looking for. She's taking all of that and trying to, fuse it with I'm a lady and I'm to be courted, and courting me means buying me whatever I want you to buy. It's like that's what's going on there. It's like if you're a traditional man in blue pill and just don't get what's going on with most of these Western American women, it's like you are the mark of the year. Like it's just, that's just what it is. Like, he probably a smart dude, probably do software or something. He probably make good money. Like, it got Mark written all over him if he just can't tell what this is. And it's crazy that he's gonna agree to go on another date with her. It's just that part is just goofy as fuck.
In our culture here in the States and throughout the whole diaspora, I like using that word. But a lot of times our culture has been stripped, and we haven't yet began to idealize relationships.
And shout out to who we got in here. Shout out to Sunny's Hot Raw. Said she is everything you want for $2 whole period. Shout out to you. Where we at?
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
So we're more so going along with the flow. So here he is in America, and he's meeting a woman who's in America, and she sees dating the way Americans see dating. And so I can see the clash in that.
Yeah.
He's looking at you as if that's selfish. You're looking at him as if, he's treating you beneath your worth, your actual value. So here's what I want to do, guys. I want to go back a bit. Can y'all tell me how y'all met? I want you to tell me how you guys met.
So I was in Midtown, and I barely even have time to go out with friends and all that, but it was a really close friend's birthday. So I went to get some drinks for the first time in ages, and I saw this beautiful woman who it seemed like every other guy in the bar was this beautiful woman who it seemed like every other guy in the bar was either intimidated by or too shy to talk to.
Or wasn't shit-faced drunk with beer goggles on. Like, what the intimidated or too shy to talk to her. It wasn't last call yet, nigga. That's what the fuck they wasn't talking to her. The club closed at 2 a.m. It wasn't 1:55 yet. That's why they wasn't talking to her. Oh shit.
And I thought, what the hell? Why not? And she was, minding her own business. And I asked her, her name, Alicia, and I thought that's a beautiful name. And even despite how loud it was in the bar, we were still able to talk a little here and there. And I got her number, and she had to go. And so we kept talking after that for a little bit. And then like a week later, I asked her, you want to go out to this restaurant?
Yeah.
Man, that size difference is just killing me, man. That size difference between the two of them is just killing me. I have such a hard time believing that that the two of them just walked up he just walked up on her. I mean, I think he probably would, but it's like you ain't never seen that. Like that's the oddest couple ever. Like you ain't never seen a successful pair like that. Like you just don't see that. She's 6'2", he looked 5'2". It's like you just don't see that. The cultural difference, the race difference, the height difference, the size difference, the hand size, wrist to elbow size difference. I ain't even seen her goddamn feet. It's like you just do not see that at all. And then just the general vibe of how she act and how he act and how she talk versus how he talk. It's like, so I just can't help but think like he's socially awkward and social cues is not really his thing. And she just talked to him and just saw it as a mark or prank for content or whatever the fuck. That's just a conclusion I come to.
And I told her it would be a surprise. And maybe that might be a problem on my part. It might have raised the expectations a little bit, but I guess the surprise ended up being Cheesecake Factory, where
Right.
the original surprise was.
I want to get to that. You had something else planned for her, right?
Yeah.
Because of how the evening went, the Cheesecake Factory happened, right?
Yeah.
So
can I just say before
sure.
I love the Cheesecake Factory. And it's a place that I've gone to for like every birthday. So like it wasn't just like a random restaurant to me. It was also like a place that I've gone with my family throughout my entire life, and I love Cheesecake Factory.
So you didn't. So obviously the
man. One, I feel him. You got your little spot you like to go to. You made reservations somewhere. Her ass 1 hour late. So you took her back to the place he know that he comfortable with, that he know and understand the layout. He go there all the time. Probably know the waiters and waitresses and the whole world. That's a smooth move. That was some game right there. You take a chick somewhere that you're familiar with, where people know you when you walk in. He had a little game. That was some player shit that backfired.
Because you guys were late, she wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't able to take her to the restaurant that you wanted to take her to. You figured I can't go wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Right?
Yeah.
It's my old birthday restaurant.
It's my lucky.
She'll love it.
And that's the lucky spot too at the perimeter.
Lucky spot. Okay, we'll come back to that. Well, no, I'm kidding with you.
Okay.
Alicia.
Yeah.
So Jay, you see Jay walking up to you in the bar, say Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
He's walking up to you. He's gonna talk with you. There are other guys around you. Did you notice those guys probably want to talk to you? Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
So what made you say, okay, I'm going to give this guy a chance? What was it about him?
Well, he was bold enough to come up and talk to me for
Confidence,
one.
okay.
So yes, I definitely am attracted to confidence.
Mm-hmm.
He just seemed like he had a pure heart. He was, very thoughtful, engaging.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only he won me over. He did win me over, but I'm a tall woman, and so there was
No. It's not that you're a tall woman. We got to say it right. We got to say it correctly. Wait for it. It's not that, no, I'm a tall woman. No.
That's a huge bitch.
You got to say it correctly. All right, let's go.
wasn't necessarily like that immediate attraction, but as we began to talk, it was really his heart that made me say, I'll give this guy a try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where you draw your line?
So it was his heart that made you say, I'll give this guy a try, but then look what she did when she, actually went out with him, which makes me just come to the conclusion that she knew early on that this was going, she was going to conjure some bullshit out of this. She was going to see what she could get him to do and how she could use it in some kind of way. I don't think she ever had any genuine attempt to date him. I think anybody with the slightest amount of social cues could tell that she wasn't feeling him, which I think he just don't have those social cues built. He don't have those mechanisms built in him. Like everything about that whole interaction said from the start that she was going to use him in some kind of way, shape, or form. Everything about it. Everything that she did to describe him is the way that women describe, how they feel about cute puppies. It's like, and they don't want to fuck a puppy. So so everything about that wasn't right. Everything is yeah.
Is that typically you don't date guys who are, you guys have to be at least your height or taller before you would date them?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, I understand that. That probably makes it difficult finding someone suitable for yourself. You are what, 6'1", 6?
I'm almost 6'1", yes.
Almost 6'1". Wow. So that means, let's see,
almost 6'1". If he eyeballed her at 6'1", I'm going to say she's 6'1". Chicks who over 6 feet, they lie about their height. They always round down to 6 feet. Like you either just say you're 6 feet or but you say almost 6'1". That means you're comfortably 6'1". I would probably say 6'2". That would be my guess. I would legit say 6'2". She rounding that shit down. They like to round down to 6 feet. Don't know chick want to be 6'3", 6'2". You're not even 6'1". But so yeah, she rounding that shit down.
14.5% of men are at least 6 feet, right? But that next 2 inches for you to find someone taller than you.
I'm gonna skip this part because I really don't even care.
Men.
He's just doing the breakdown with tall men and all of that. We know the math on that, and it is what it is, and I don't really care.
I've heard this many times.
For that, I didn't see it as a. I know you're saying that they have to be that height, but
a little more
Jay, is that you had a different view of altogether of what dating should look like leading up to a relationship, and she had a different view. And now,
like, what I should say is, I mean, at the very end of the day, like, I understand dating in America is different from where my family's from, and in a way, like, it's perfectly fine to have those views and to think of dating differently. I just think, for me, I have a very specific criteria, and it's not a long list of criteria, but it's just certain values that I
sure. Well, I think a lot like you. That's why the video stood out to me. I believe relationships should be harmonic. They should be for a reason. So I believe in dating with intent, right? Yeah. But many people in our generation today, they see dating as something.
All right, I see what you're saying. You're saying transgender vibes. Okay, just being tall don't give off like transgender vibes. So I ain't gonna say that. No, those. I don't get that vibe. I just get big ass, tall ass, big bird ass woman vibes. Like I get female Sasquatch vibes. I don't get, no. I can't go there. I heard a few people saying that, and them hands are huge, but nah, I can't go there.
Something that's just fun. They don't see it as a way to establish a healthy relationship. And that's what I was going to say. There's almost little to no understanding as to what dating should look like when you're trying to establish an intent for a meaningful relationship. And I think that's the biggest problem. It's not so much that people are necessarily selfish or entitled. It's more so that they don't know what they're looking for, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Oftentimes we think we know, but we really don't.
Right. Yeah. Right. So when he asked you to
said, "Oh, she's so little." No, no, she's so big. and he little. But it ain't even just that, like this brother right here is probably 5'10". This is probably the average size of a man right here. He might be 6 feet. I've seen him standing up, like I said that in my pre-record. I have no idea how tall this man is, but I've seen him standing up next to women. And he's normally, comfortably at least 6 inches taller than an average woman, 5'4". So just, so I'm saying 5'10" at least. He probably scraping 6 feet his damn self, but I'll say I give him 5'10" at least. And that makes him look to be about 5'4". And that makes her look to be about 6'2". Like that's how I'm deducing that. Yeah, she's in that 6'2" range.
The question you expect men to go all out on a date, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You said absolutely. If he likes her, he should present that, right?
Yes.
He should lead and be masculine. He should be willing to pay for the meal, show up on time, open doors for her, the whole nine. But when he asked you, what does a woman expect you to do? You said, look good, be there. And that's where the
disconnect was. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because there should be things that a woman should do, right? So if you've thought about that, could you tell me some of what you think now, if he were to ask you that question today?
Sure. If you think about, watching.
Okay, they actually keeping up with they start all giving the super chats an automatic start, so I ain't gonna miss them going forward. Mr. Albert in the building, shout out to you. He says her rent and her school loan is due, motherfucker. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you putting where's that?
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
To the video, it's like, how do you expect this person to keep giving, and you're not giving anything back? So now we're depleted.
Absolutely.
And so who's going to pour into him?
Wow.
So, I mean, if you truly do want that type of protection provider, there has to be some balance.
Absolutely.
So.
Wow, that's very powerful. I actually took the liberty to make a list of things that men and women should look for.
Yeah, this is where it get kind of weird. He giving full blown. He counseling and he doing beginning of the relationship therapy. It's like I'm like whatever on that part.
On a date, right? I'm gonna read them to you. I want you guys to tell me what you think of in the end. Okay. Let's start with what you're looking for in a man. Okay. So what a woman looks for in a man is respect and courtesy. Would you say I'm wrong? Confidence, right? Communication skills.
Absolutely.
Knowing what he wants, where he's going with it, right?
Yes.
Initiative, taking the initiative. Chivalry.
Yes.
Okay. Resilience.
Yes.
Right. So even when you're being a little bit, hard to get, he can push past that, right? The resilience. Generosity.
Yes.
Okay. So here are the behaviors that look good to a man when he's looking for a woman. I'm going to ask you the same questions. You tell me if you like the sound of that. Men are looking for kindness. Right. You want her to be really kind, really sweet, right? Pleasant. So what about active listening?
Yeah.
And you said when she got in the car, she was putting the makeup on and she wasn't really responding to you or responsive to you.
Yeah.
You took from that she didn't like you much.
Yeah.
Right. Encouragement. And,
yes,
and you said that, being able to pull back.
He's an hour late and was still in the car getting ready, putting makeup on, and was on her phone. Like she came with no intentions. That's why I say you read between the lines in this. She was in the car putting her makeup on, getting ready to go live, getting ready to make the video. She on her phone, she doing her makeup, she getting ready to make the video. It's like she already knew. She already knew that this video was about to, get That's what I'm like. It's goofy on her part. It's hard to take it serious, but it is what it is. It's fun, it's entertaining, and homeboy got pranked, but it's some goofy ass shit where it's just kind of odd, even though I think he deep down is not taking her seriously worth shit. But it's like, hey, I committed to this interview. I got to go through the process, go through the motions. And it's like you're giving consultations to a person who's not even a genuine person, who we've seen personality change 2-3 times during the interview, where she just go from like just a regular black chick to a fucking debutante. And, so it's shit is goofy.
Back into him, right? Positivity, right? So not being negative, having a smile on your face, right? Respect for independence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adaptability. Okay. There was this time where you wanted her to hold your arm, right, and walk you so you could walk her to the car, and she didn't want to do that. You expressed to her that you didn't like that, and it made you feel like of course, with her not being on your arm, how can you truly protect her, right? But also her not doing that says she ain't really feeling me like that.
Yeah.
She don't really like me like that.
And
All right, that's where it got
you know, I get.
That's where it got weird. It got weird. I got to back it up. I was trying to get to that point. He's talking about he wanted to hold her arm or wanted her to hold his arm on the date, but they didn't go on a date. They just went. They didn't even get out the damn car. So I'm like, what is he talking about? The only time where he could have held her arm is when he, I guess he walked her from the door of her house to his car. And he wanted her to hold his arm while he walked her there. Okay, such a gentleman. But that's the only time that some arm could have been hit. Like, it's continuity errors. If he's talking about they were supposed to hold hands on the date, if they, she didn't want to hold his hand on the date and they never went on a date. So that's some weird continuity errors.
Okay. Yeah. Adaptability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was this time where you wanted her to hold your arm, right? And walk you so you could walk her to the car, and she didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
You expressed to her that you didn't like that. And that made you feel like, of course, when her not being on your arm, how can you truly protect her, right? But also her not doing that says she ain't really feeling me like that.
Yeah.
She don't really like me like that.
And, I get, it was a first date. Maybe she's not at that stage yet. But
I get that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question. Let's just say you're out with him, right? You're on a date with a guy and some guy comes up, takes your purse. Do you want your date to have your back?
Yeah.
So
he has to protect me.
And even if he's not ready for that yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he shouldn't even ask you on a date if he's not going to protect you if something were to happen to you. This is why you should take his arm. You see? So it may feel like I'm giving this guy too much of me, but it's more like I'm being cooperative to the roles that we're playing. He's going to protect me if something happens right now. And so I'm going to stand close to him. This lets the people on the outside looking in know that I'm with this man. He is taking care of me. We're out together, right?
There's general truth into what he was saying right there. But going to pick a chick up for a date and her making you wait outside for an hour, and then when she finally come outside, you go up to her front porch and then try to get her to cling on to your arm after you've done like this. You've done one of these, and then she wrap her arm around your arm and you walk her from your from your door from her door to your car after you waited an hour, and you gonna walk like that, like something is fucking weird about that. Something ain't right there. It's like I can't see how that came off as normal. That's what I'm saying. So it's like some weird social cue shit that just like it's a social awkwardness or cultural difference. How the hell you wait in hours? Like, the stories are just absolute bullshit, or he's just like a not socially with the program type of dude, which is okay. That has no bearing on the how decent of a man you are, but it is weird. It is very damn weird. And everything that Kevin Wesley explained as to why a woman should take a man's arm on a date, that makes perfect sense. Oh, we're not there yet. I'm not ready to hold on to your arm. Okay, well, you ready for me to protect you if some shit go down, right? So yeah, you cling on to my arm. Yeah, you with me. That's signifying some things. So yeah, so everything he said was right, but still, how does that work? You knock on the door? Like, this is how I envision the shit. He knocked on the door, and then she must have communicated through the door that she wasn't ready. And then I see him standing outside that door waiting for an hour for her to finally come outside. Like, I don't even think he went to get back in the car. I think he stood on her porch for an hour waiting. And then she came outside. And then he tried to do the take my arm as we walk, 15 feet to your car. Something ain't right there. Oh my goodness.
It's like it kind of shows that you trust.
Absolutely.
I think I felt like
Trust is a big
What women get out of a date is a free bodyguard. Because if anything goes wrong with her, he has to really put his life on the line for her.
Yeah.
So if a man asks you out on a date, you shouldn't say, I'm not ready to hold your hand. I know that seems like a move forward in a relationship, so to speak, but it's actually just part of a date. Your goal is to give him an example of what it would look like if you were his partner, and his goal is to do the same. So to a man, you not doing those things makes it appear that you're not that interested.
Definitely not ready to be a partner, I guess.
It also kills his ability to be completely masculine for you on that date, because if you won't take his arm, then, you know.
I feel like when you just said like trust,
Hey, facts. What was that? I can't even see. Facts, Royce J. Yeah, he was saved in there as food. Yeah. Yeah. All damn day.
is a big word. It is a big word, but maybe the way I saw it is when you wanted to go out with me at all, that was you trusting me.
Right.
And
She trusted you to buy her some damn food. That's what she trusted you to do. To pick her up and buy her some food. But as she said earlier, that's courting and protecting and providing. Yeah, that's what the trust was. You didn't get no affection. You got you if you would have took her out on whatever date, whatever restaurant she wanted to go to, you would have got a church hug at the end of that thing, and she would have had to bend over to hug you. Like I think she can whoop his ass in a fight. I just do. That's why it's funny when he's talking about he can't fully protect you if you don't fully trust him and cling to his arm and signify to everybody that she's with you, that you're with him, and that it's like it's just so weird. It just look weird when a 6'2", 235-pound chick talking about you're my protector. 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", small stature guy is just it's a weird look. It's a weird look. And it's just like I'm just looking at him like if you listen to this interview, you've heard a lot about the type of person that he is. Like, no, he legit deserved better. Like, I mean, the type of women that come from the culture that he's from is the ones that passport bros are flying to go get with to get away from bitches like the one that he's sitting here entertaining. Dude, you were like a reverse passport bro. You doing it backwards, like how, like ain't that some full circle shit? Passport bros dealt with chicks like her. They became passport bros to deal with women that act like the women from the culture that he come from. He come from that culture. He coming over here and trying to figure out why he's having problems with these women over here that the passport bros are running away from. Like, let all that sink in.
it did kind of hurt a little bit. I mean, again, with
he
maybe
just said it did kind of hurt. Last thing you want to say to a woman.
The way I saw it is when you wanted to go out with me at all, that was you trusting me.
Right.
And it did kind of hurt a little bit. I mean, again, I can respect boundaries, but it did still at the same time hurt my feelings if you didn't trust me.
And of course, as men, we're going to try to be receptive to that and understand where you're coming from.
It did kind of hurt. It hurt my feelings that you didn't trust me. All right, I don't want to trash this dude. I think he's a great guy. I really do, and he deserves so much better. So I just want to be clear. I'm not trashing him. It's just some of the shit is funny, but yeah, no. I guys like him are the type of men I do want to see men like that win. I do. You don't got to be some chest beating alpha with game. No, he's a decent human being. And I hope he gets what he's looking for out of life, and I hope he gets the type of woman that he's looking for, and I hope he just socially just wake up and understand that chicks like this ain't it. Whoever the hell you met her, that's not where you meet women. Like, you're doing it wrong.
But it does kind of limit to be his full masculine self in that capacity, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to bruh, man. Appreciate you putting $2 on it.
Last thing I had here was intellectual stimulation. right? So we like when a woman can respond back and be attentive, right?
Yeah.
Have a good conversation, right? We look for that in women. And I definitely think she appeared to have that. You guys started off it was a little difficult conversation, but it seems like she understood you. She was receptive to what you were saying. Is that typical for you?
Well, typically a lot of the girls that I met, as I said.
That's what I thought at first. What you're saying right there, was that 1D Forever? I thought he was a good actor at first, but no, he's doing too good of an act. Her act is horrible. Her act is horrible and obvious, and I can see her just going in and out of personalities and characters. He's been consistent. Like the profile of just a socially awkward, foreign, not really with the program and understanding social cues and American dating, and got what I don't think men like this are losers. But the archetype of loserness, how he sit real slouched over and just everything. Like, no, he can't. He's too good of an actor if this is an act. Like, that's why I had to change my position. I thought he was acting at first, but after I watched him in this, like, no, he's too good. So no, he's serious. She's acting, and he got pranked. That's the only thing that makes sense. You say he's not acting; he's just a gump. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree. Oh, get out of there. Silk the Shocker said he must have got a fetish for black women. That's the only reason he's risking it all for this BS. Possibly. Possibly. You got to go back, get your money up, go back to your homeland, fly them out. And that's when, chicks go down there. I think he come from the culture where they be going down, where them chicks be going down there getting shitted on and peed on and shit. You're doing it wrong, man. Get your American dollars up, take them back to your homeland, and then just fly them out to shit on them if that's what you're looking for. You ain't gonna pick one up off the street and then get it. Okay, I'm not gonna do him wrong like that. All right. Let me get back into it. My bad. Ignore it. Scratch that. Delete that last part that I just said. All right, let's go.
Like, they're literally only trying to date to date or to like have. I don't know. I'm allowed to use the word fuck buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. We're in hookup culture.
We're in a hookup culture, exactly. And so like they're just looking for that.
You said no, he's Indian. Okay, who are the people that be flying out them black IG models and shitting on them? Like what culture or country does that? That is a thing. I just can't remember who do it. Let me know so I can know this and just notate it in my mind. Who does that? Let me know in the chat. It's the Arabs, Saudi Arabia. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. What's the place that I'm thinking of? Where did that one chick go that got trapped down there when she got into an argument with the person working at the register? Damn, I start talking about Arabs or Indians shitting on when people and like 40 people left up out of here. It's like, sorry. Dubai, yeah, Dubai. That's the spot. Dubai. That's it. That was at the tip of my tongue. I know it's a place that had started with a D. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name, but Dubai, yeah. Dubai, yes. Bro man already beat me to it. Dubai, yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
And so it's like sometimes it's not necessarily about the values or anything like that. Maybe it's like more small talk, maybe, and maybe sometimes it feels like it's something that'll take more time to get her to open up or something like that. Where at the end of the day, they don't want a second date because we haven't gotten to know each other. And that to me sounds so irritating because you didn't want to get to know, we didn't get to know each other because they wouldn't want to talk.
See, he's clueless to the point to where he think that they didn't want a second date. Like he's explaining how he take chicks out on dates all the time and they never get to a second date, and he thinks it's because they didn't get to know each other. So that's why he think that the second date never happens. And like, no, the intention for the second date was barely on the table before the first date even started. So it's like, it's some things that he's just not getting with these American women, that he's trying to traditionally date in court, and he think he's doing something wrong in the talking and get to know you process. Well, we don't really, he think because they didn't really get to know each other, and that's why the chicks ain't second date. And it's like, no, bro, they using you for food. You are saved in their phone as food. Like, that's what's going on.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
I completely understand. So as a man dating with intent, you're ending up in these situations where a lot of times you're in hookup culture. And so you're not getting a second date out of it. Meanwhile, here you are, you have spent your money, you spent time with this person who you're never going to likely see again.
yeah.
Right? Women oftentimes are looking at dates as what they can get out of them, right? And experience, right? Take me to a nice restaurant. I want the ambiance. I want the treatment, right? And
look how he looked at her. He said, when he said women are taking, going out on dates, thinking like what they can get out of them.
Women oftentimes are looking at dates as what they can get out of them, right? And experience, right? Take me to a nice restaurant. I want the ambiance. I want the.
He looked at her. He looked at her like, bitch.
Right? And experience, right? Take me to a nice restaurant. I want the ambiance.
You bitch.
I want the treatment, right? And with no intent of doing anything special for the guy after the date. So it's almost like it's almost like she's getting over on him, right? Like she's using him for meals. And that's what men say. I'm not going to keep taking these women out if they don't like me. Don't go out if you don't like me, because then it wouldn't end up where he's on the outside looking into the thing. And what do women say oftentimes when he's upset? I took you to this restaurant, I did that, and now you don't want to get close to me, you're not ready. And she's like, well, you wanted to do it. She will let him.
Yeah, you could tell her guilty laugh right there. You could tell from that guilty laugh that's what she was attempting to do. That's what she attempted to do whenever she could find a sucker or a loser. She's trying. I mean, she's really trying to play the petite or slim, thick, pretty girl game, like that, or even nice, shapely, thick, pretty girl game. She's trying to play that game, but she got to find somebody whose ability and her social awareness of even slightly understanding whether or not a chick is feeling him is very low. So this, like, for her, this is the mark. This is the mark.
Spend, and spend, knowing she's not interested in this man. Do you feel that that's wrong?
No, I don't like users. So, I mean, I do think I think that we're all adults and there's enough of every type out here to where that's not even necessary. Like, there are men that really will just spend money on you.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a certain type. There's things that go with that, but there are, men that'll just spend money on you and are okay with that. But
what you said right there, I don't like users. I don't just want to use somebody, who's thinking there's going to be more. No, I'm trying to find the men who just want to spend money just because they just like to spend money, and they just will do it, and they just like doing it, and they do it because they do it, and they do it, and so that's a type, and that's the type that I like. That's basically what she's saying right there. And to her, that don't fall under usury.
From that type of.
Hold on, yeah. All right, all right. Thank you for those of you for all your wonderful patience. All of your wonderful patience. Do a pre up. Nope. Thank y'all too soon. 14 of you motherfuckers just left. You motherfuckers. Don't think you won't get timed out. Don't think you won't get timed out.
Oh man, if you don't mind me asking, we call that a simp. And we call that a simp when a man is willing to buy you anything, take you anywhere, and you haven't actually earned that from him with your affection or just being there for him in general. How do you see that?
If women are being really honest, I don't think most women actually respect the man that is like that. And I think there's two different types. There's the ones that will spend money on and they're objectifying the woman and she's just like a toy for them.
Right.
And then there's the ones that really are
trying to buy his way in, just trying his best to earn any type of affection from her.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those men, there's a lot of those women who allow that to happen.
Those are the type of men that she prey on. Like, how's she gonna sit there in one breath and criticize that? But that's what she just described is the exact type of man that she wants. That a man who thinks he's supposed to buy and spend and spend and spend, and that's how he earns the affection. Like that's, you know, at one hand, that's why I said her personality changed like 2-3 times during the interview. At one hand, she's saying that I'm a woman and you're supposed to, you know, so you're supposed to court me. And that means take me where I want to go and buy me what I want. And that, you know, how you on one hand saying that and then on another hand say that, oh, well, you know, I don't think women really respect men that just buy and spend their way in to earn the affection. But it's like you can't have both of those. But again, this shit is stupid. But we almost at the end of it. Let's go.
Right.
And then there's the ones that really are
trying to buy his way in, just trying his best to earn any type of affection from her.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those men, there's a lot of those women who allow that to happen, right? So that's why I take what Jay doing here as being something that is great for men everywhere. Okay. He knew his worth. You are a beautiful woman, but he said, you know what? I'm just gonna take her home. I don't have to do this. Yeah. Even to the point when you said, I will go eat with you at Cheesecake Factory. He saw it as, you know, I would have set aside the date, right? Us being late to that reservation. You're not holding my hand. You're not talking to me in the car. But it seems that you pulling out that camera really, really got to him. Do you mind telling me what you probably took by that? You're just on a date and all of a sudden now she's recording you.
A lot of times, if I'm the one asking a girl out, that's me already offering to pay for the meal, right? That's me already being okay with that, right? But her recording me did feel like that's where I felt like she was trying to take advantage. She was trying to like, and maybe you had a different view on it, but it felt like at the time that you were just trying to get food, like a free meal from a fancy restaurant, and then you get content from me too to post on YouTube, Facebook.
Ding, 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 ding.
Your reputation.
Exactly. That's all I've been saying from the start. At the start, just to be fair, you know, I said that it was a skit that they both was in on, but then after, you know, further review and especially looking at this video, it was just a content strategy for her that she knew from the start. That's what it is.
Reputation ran through the mud, so it's all be done.
And she about to basically admit that
for expense, right? Now that wasn't your take. You have many groups where you encourage women on dating. Y'all talk about dating, and this was something that you said. Look, y'all see.
She's in female dating groups. You got to listen carefully here. She's in female dating groups.
You encourage women on dating. Y'all talk about. That wasn't your take. You have many groups where you encourage women on dating. Y'all talk about dating, and this was something that you said. Look, y'all see a lot of dates go wrong. Right. So based on your mindset, you really felt like he was taking you somewhere beneath your value. Yeah. And you were saying, I'm going to show the world how you're treating me. Right. Can you tell us a bit about that so he knows that, you know, it wasn't to embarrass you. It wasn't to.
Hold on, y'all. One more again. All right, I'm back.
Get content, any of that. It was
Damn.
he was
I got
taking you
interrupted right at the key moment. Okay, here we go.
from beneath your value.
Yeah.
And you were saying, I'm gonna show the world how you're treating me, right? Can you tell us a bit about that so he knows that, it wasn't to embarrass you, it wasn't to, get content, any of that. It was I felt wronged in that scenario. You mind?
No, I did. I felt like you didn't see my value. And in that moment,
No, he saw a huge bitch. That's what he saw. That's why he ain't see your value. This is what he saw right here. I tell you what he saw. Well, I can't find it. Where'd it go?
That's a huge bitch.
That's what the hell he saw. He saw great value in you.
I felt like I needed the support of my viewers. In that didn't see my value. And in that moment, I felt like I needed the support of my viewers in that moment. And not only that, like he said, I discuss relationships and things like that. So I thought that was a good opportunity for me to kind of have that conversation and see, like, what does everybody else think? I wasn't really taking your feelings into consideration. I wasn't trying to be necessarily malicious or anything like that.
I wasn't taking your feelings into consideration, but I do relationship content. Like that is her explaining that the whole purpose and point of this was content.
Opportunity for me to kind of have that conversation and see. It was a good opportunity. I discuss relationship in that moment. And not only that, like he said, I discuss relationships and things like that. So I thought that was a good opportunity for me to kind of have that conversation and see, like, what does everybody else think?
That means she saw him, saw what he was and how he operated, and decided, I'm going to use this for my relationship content blogging group that's probably on Facebook, and I'm going to post it in there, going to post it on Facebook, going to try to use it to get it out. Like it was deliberate and calculated. It was deliberate and calculated.
I wasn't really taking your feelings into consideration. I wasn't trying to be necessarily malicious or anything like that.
I understand.
Good. I'm gonna say this, guys, to end this video, okay? In a world with hookup culture, not having much understanding on relationships based on how we're raised, and then you got social media with the instant gratification and making it so easily to meet people and replace people.
It says she couldn't sprinkle in front of her viewers, so she tried to embarrass him. So I can see that they got some bullshit sprinkle chat room over there, some little bullshit sprinkle Facebook group over there, and then she's trying to stunt for the friends in the group. I can see that. I can see that all day. But it definitely, like Kenny Mack saying, it was a play for content. Bruh man back in the building said, did this guy not hear the girthiness in her voice at the club? Must have had on beer plugs. Yeah, that's what I said. He had beer goggles. He said the other men who didn't fuck with her, he said no men were approaching her. They must have been intimidated. Now they could see. I know you like the co-vice president of the Sprinkle Company, Feminine Melon. I already know. I know how you get down. So I'm sorry if I'm like, bastardizing your shit. I'm just playing. I know you sprinkle incorporated over there. Oh man. Yeah. I know how you get down. You're on the lookout for you another Indian dude with some software tech job who don't understand American social cues. Who just I know you on the lookout for one of them, ain't you?
Dating has gotten, it's like a thing that's lost to us. I want to ask these two beautiful people here a question. They had one date that went bad. They have not went on a date since that day, right? Now, would you guys be open to another date, knowing what you know now?
I think if we were able to find a way to get our values more in the center, I could see us trying again.
I mean, yeah, I would be willing to go out on a date again.
Wow.
Bruh. How, Sway? How? That's why I do got some criticism for the people that was praising him and was like fist in the air for him, like he didn't learn something, like he's grown, like he's came up, like he's one of us now. He's crossed over to way of our way of thing. I'm like, no. Ain't nothing going on good here. Ain't a damn thing going on good here. Oh man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Listen, we want to keep up with this first date. Actually, we're going to take care of this first date. It's going to be on us. So we're going to send you somewhere just like they used to do on all those other talk shows. We're going to take care of it. And then we'll reach back to you guys in a couple of weeks and find out how that's going. How does that sound?
I'd love
to see what you guys are up to.
As long as it's not the cheesecake now.
Oh,
she is funny, man.
Yeah.
Guys, this was an amazing episode of The Truth Factory. Hopefully you guys learned something from that and can apply it to your life. Happy hunting for your next partner. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
All right, there it is right there. Hold on, let me get this right. So there it is. The Cheesecake Factory date that went viral. Had a sit-down interview where, I walked away thinking that, yeah, he's a socially awkward foreigner, and yeah, she's a she just stunting for the gram or the book or whatever app she owned. Yeah, that I walked away with that conclusion. And like I said, only changing my position from how I started. I thought he was in on it after watching this. Nah, he can't be. He ain't that good at acting. But shout out to Code Steele in the building. He says, let me make this bigger so I can see it a little better. Says, she said that she wants the type of man who likes to who likes to simp and is okay with not getting any. Isn't that being honest and upfront? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll grant that. My camera was in the way. I couldn't really see the damn screen. But no, I grant that all day. I'll grant that all day that there's something in that where some chicks be like, no, she kind of implied, I want a man that's with money, that's generous, who's going to spend it just because he likes to spend it. And whether or not he gets something in return is, tomato, neither here nor there. We don't really talk about that. He just likes to spend money on me because he gets off on spending money on me. Like it's some women that, they bluntly seek out men like that, and they sometimes are upfront about it. Like it's some men who simp that hard, where it's nothing in the deal for them. They just they have access to communicate with this woman by giving her money, by giving her things and doing things for her. So it's a messed up game out there. It's all around a messed up game out there, and some dudes, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. Yep, you hitting it on the head, Freeman's Journal. Getting a man to spend money on them is an ego trip. If they can get you to give them, I mean, shout out to ARC. You talked a lot about, how women would like to get non-sexual attention from men. But if they can get monetary attention and non-sexual attention, think about what kind of boost that is for their ego, that this man isn't even getting any, this man is entertaining me this much and spending this much on me, and he's not even getting sex from me. Like, I don't even have to have sex with a man in order to get this much attention and money out of him. The level of ego and boost that is just through the roof for them. But here the catch is, the women who are actually good at that, they know how to find those men, seek those men out. They can clock those men a mile away, and they Venus flytrap that shit. They suck them in, and they get them, and they got them, and it's over. It's like, so some women are good at that. Some women be having multiple men just pouring money out on them. Like, it's so that's what it is. It's a dirty game out there. Hopefully, men are paying attention. This dude, he ain't got it all the way. He got some traditional principles from his homeland, but that's all he got. But he don't really understand what's going on out in these American streets. But with that said, right there, ladies and gentlemen, not doing a panel today. Got things to get into. Probably got some more. Definitely we'll have some more content to drop later on. But shout out to each and every one of you. I do appreciate each and every one of you for coming through. Shout out to everybody who supported the stream. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone. Wait, hold on, Nate. No, we not all the way out of here. We're not all the way out of here yet. Hold on. Wait for it.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Now, we out of here. Peace.